Progress is everything, and whether we're talking about training or weight loss or any other resolution, what we're talking about today is progress. Welcome back to the Find Your Flow channel, and today I've got a discussion with my friend Josh about progress as well as an upcoming fitness combine that's going on at House Fitness in Peterborough. So just before we get into the discussion, I want to take a few minutes to talk about what progress means to me. The more that I seek out dream goals, the more that I realize that the progress towards those goals is what really leads to flow and fulfillment. We so often get caught up in some arbitrary ending to the efforts that we put in, but it is actually through these efforts that we really find flow and ultimately meaning in our lives. Flow comes from constantly challenging ourselves and pushing to make effort. There is no flow after the end of the rainbow. My friend Josh is someone who epitomizes progress in his personal goals as well as in his business goals. So let's jump right into the conversation I had with Josh while he was testing out the Normatec legs. So with the Normatec that you got on, it's actually, as you sort of know, it inflates from the foot up to the hip.
Yeah, I'm actually able to get my whole thigh in here, which is nice.
Yeah.
Like it does fit nice and...
You mean all the way up to like the hip crease?
Yeah. Like it's getting my full legs.
Yeah.
And my feet, which is nice.
So, I mean, a lot of athletes are using this for recovery purposes. Mm-hmm. And I think with the combine coming up, it's something that, you know, I don't know if everybody that's kind of taking part in the combines knows that we offer this sort of sports recovery stuff. Mm-hmm. But I just want to, you know, help spread the love and get more people coming out to the House Combine, but also we'll give 15% off to everybody that takes part in the combine so that they can use the Normatec afterwards if they want. Yeah. Just to kind of like kickstart that recovery process, because it's pretty intense, and I know it's cool that you're actually keeping the event secret, right? Yeah. But what is the combine, and I've got an interesting sort of idea of the value in doing things like that we'll go into after. But let's go over like what the combine is first.
Cool. I think it's written pretty well on our website, so it'll be some overlap.
Yeah.
But essentially, it's an accessible competition for people that maybe don't deem themselves athletes or don't train on a regular basis for something.
Yep.
That might have a pretty steady gym routine, or maybe not, that just want to come out, have fun, see where they're at, or, you know, compete in some areas that they might be familiar with.
Yeah.
So we do break it down into 5 different segments, and this is our second combine, so all the events will be different than the first. Mm-hmm. And no one knows of the events except for me, which is why I can't compete. Which sucks, but anyway, it happens.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's elements or a test of at least one of each. Flexibility, we test something to do with power, strength, endurance, and then there's a toughness component.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, is there like an overall winner to the combine?
So the first time we did it, we intentionally, the first time we did it, we intentionally made it so that it wasn't competitive.
Okay.
And that people weren't comparing scores. But I don't know, the thing is that I think competition is important for humans.
Yeah.
So that's where I think this time I'm not going to fight that. I'm just going to let it kind of come out. And for that reason, we've tried to create a couple different, we'll call them heats, but really they're just groups, so that people can be in a more appropriately competitive group. Mm-hmm. So that for people that might be intimidated or not as comfortable competing and or losing, then they can go with, you know, a group of losers. No, I'm just kidding. A group of people that won't take it as seriously, but still want to have fun and not try to PR something or push themselves maybe as hard as some other people would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if there is like an overall winner, I'll give them like a free Normatec session, so
Nice.
everybody else can get the discount, but just as like an additional prize for
Cool.
the top placing person.
Yeah.
Send them in after they've won, and
That'd be great.
or let me know who it is, and I'll
Yeah.
reach out to them or whatever too. But I think one of the coolest parts about the combine and the way that you've structured it, where it appeals to everybody at different fitness levels, is this idea of progress, which it's one of my favorite words, I would say. You know, we're all about progress. Everything that we do to like push ourselves to the next level, it's all about progress. And I think we've realized through the journeys that it's not always about the end point, but just like, you know, being present, being able to improve and stuff. And so I think like something that in like the writing and the way that the combine goes about it, it's not necessarily about who wins. It's about knowing where you're at currently, so that you can assess where you've got to go to on your own journey towards making more progress, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the cool thing. That's why it's awesome that it's a this is the second time it's happened, that you've been doing it a couple of times. People can, even though it's different events, they'll be able to gauge where they've improved to some extent, right? Because it's the same categories.
Yeah, to
and
some extent, for sure.
So you get that like progress, which is just rewarding for everybody. You don't have to win against somebody else in order to see the value in that. So that's why I wanted to encourage people to like get out and do the combine and just test where they're at and where they've got to go, because that shouldn't be like a discouraging thing. And I know you get super stoked about like how much you need to improve on things, and it's the same for me. And I think, I don't know, it's important to share that with people, right?
Yeah, I think that's an important element you're bringing up, in that I think competition can really discourage people, like very very superficially.
Yeah.
And I think if folks realize that it's not so much like it's the intention is not a competition, it's just a test day where you're in a group of people that are likely going to encourage you and likely want you to do as best you can, and at the same time you're in control of your output.
Totally.
So
and that's like, it's the same value that I think we've both seen in strongman competitions. Is like, you're not going in there to win first place in like an amateur competition or whatever the example, but to have that encouragement, because there is in competition settings, there's often more like camaraderie and like encouragement than a feeling like pure competition that you like get down if you're not first, kind of thing. So that's definitely a good point to make too.
Yeah, I'd say it's a really good comparison too. It's funny, you mentioned the strongman. Obviously, you're still competing, but I was wearing one of my shirts last night.
Oh yeah.
And I was brushing my teeth, looking in the mirror, and I had all these like nostalgic memories. And one of my memories was, it was the day I placed the best. I got top 3.
Yeah.
But I remember Paul Bounty being like, I remember him saying "good job" to me, and that was really rewarding for me. Someone that I was looking up to, that was a lot stronger and a better performer in that regard. And it's just nice to have gratification sometimes.
For sure.
And we just need more people to come out and, you know, be able to be vulnerable and just have fun. It's a community event. That's really what it comes down to. Yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, so that is taking place next Saturday is what, the 25th?
Yeah, 25th.
So Saturday, January 25th at House Fitness is the combine. Starts at what, 10 a.m.?
10 a.m. Yeah. So it depends on how soon you sign up, but the first group is going to be booked soon. Non-members are welcome. You don't need to be a member of a gym. You can have never been there before and still compete, which is great.
Cool.
It's $40 for non-members and $34 for members, and we're gonna get a pretty good spectrum of people. Yeah,
and you know it's actually a really good. It's a fair test. You know, there's a lot of effort that goes into organizing events whether it's a strongman competition, but or like this kind of thing. The cool thing is it actually costs a lot less than most strongman competitions or other competitions that enter. Whether it's a like triathlons and marathons cost like what, hundreds of dollars.
Yeah,
usually?
Sometimes they're literally hundreds.
Yeah, and
obstacle course races are like hundreds of dollars for nothing really.
Yeah,
like CrossFit competitions are like hundreds of dollars sometimes.
So this is something that's accessible to more people and also like really fairly priced to you know, compensate you for the effort that goes into doing it. So that's awesome.
So even if you're not feeling like you want to compete, or you're not for whatever reason why you don't want to, or you feel like you can't, even if you come out and watch, maybe bring a friend that's going to compete and just watch. Like, spectators are welcome, and it's free, and it'll be just a fun community event. And maybe you'll inspire someone you didn't realize that. I know that always happens in training and competitions, is someone finds someone that they become inspired from, and it's not always one person. So
cool. Yeah, that's definitely a valuable thing. You can learn where, you know, you can learn in that sense too, what you want to improve upon, and take part in the next one for sure. So
sweet.
Cool, man. Thank you for watching, and if you're in the Peterborough area, be sure to check out the House Fitness Combine that's coming up this Saturday, January 25th, 2020. If you like this video, hit the like button and also leave a comment down below and let me know what goal you're working on progressing towards right now. The easiest way for us to stay in contact is to subscribe to the channel, and until next time, dream on and find your flow.